This video is kindly brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence.
Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how to make this adorable bow gather dress step by step. This dress is my latest pattern hack of my pansy pattern. I have quite a few of these pattern hacking videos up on my channel already, and I'll be sure to link the entire playlist down in the description below if you want to see even more pattern hacking ideas of ways you can change up some of my sewing patterns. But this one has just turned out so beautifully. I am so in love with it. It's my new favorite dress, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into it and let me show you how to make this adorable bow gathered dress.
So as I mentioned, this dress is a pattern hack of my pansy pattern, which I'll have a link to in the description below, and start by cutting out all of the template pieces in your usual size. Then cut the bodice front and back pieces out on the fold of your fabric. For this project, I recommend using a lightweight cotton, and all up you'll need about 4 to 6 meters or yards of fabric, depending on what size you're making. Next, for the tiered skirt, you'll need to cut 4 rectangles of fabric. For the first tier, cut 2 rectangles that measure the width of the pansy skirt pattern template as though it has been cut out on the fold by 30 centimeters or 11 3/4 inches. Then for the second tier, cut 2 rectangles that measure the same as the previous tier plus 50 centimeters or 20 inches by 75 centimeters or 29.5 inches. We will be needing to cut out some more pieces for this dress out of your fabric in a little bit, but for now, pop it aside for later. Start by taking the bodice front template piece and mark and sew the darts as shown in the pansy pattern instructions. This will give the bodice some shape and will look a little something like this once it's done. Now to start working on the skirt. Start by gathering the top edge of tier 2 until it's the same size as tier 1. To do this, simply sew 2 rows of gathering stitches along the top edge of tier 2 and then gently pull on the top 2 threads to evenly gather the fabric up. Once gathered, pin the 2 tiers together with the right sides of the fabric facing each other, and then stitch them together like this. After sewing, I like to finish my seams with my overlocker, and I recommend doing the same after sewing each seam. If you don't have an overlocker, you can simply use the zigzag stitch of your sewing machine instead. We are now going to be adding a casing to the front of the skirt to be able to thread the bow detail of the skirt into, and to do this, start by measuring the skirt width along the gathered seam. The channel is going to be made up from a rectangle of your fabric that is your skirt measurement by 8 centimeters or 3¼ inches. Cut these 2 rectangles out of your fabric, one for the front and one for the back. Using an iron, press the 2 longer edges of these rectangles in by about 1 centimeter or ½ inch. Then press the 2 shorter ends in by about 2.5 centimeters or an inch, pressing them in a kind of triangle shape to help tuck the fabric out of the way towards the back of the channel. Stitch the folded ends in place like this. Then pin the channel to the skirt, placing it so that it is centered along the gathered seam. The ends of the channel should finish approximately 2.5 centimeters or about an inch before the skirt edge. Stitch the channel in place along the longer edges like this, being sure to leave the shorter ends open. So your skirt should now have a channel attached to it like this. Next, using the same steps as before, gather up the skirt so that it's the same size as the bodice front. Then with right sides together, pin and stitch the gathered skirt to the bottom edge of the bodice front like this. Once sewn, it should look a little something like this, and now repeat these same steps as for the previous channel for this gathered seam. Repeat all of the steps so far for the back bodice and the remaining fabric rectangles until you have 2 matching back and front pieces like this. Before we go on to the next step, let's just take a quick break to talk about the sponsor of this video.
This video has been very kindly sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create a beautiful online presence and launch your passion project. Whether you'd like to start making and selling your own products, create a beautiful portfolio to showcase your work, write a blog, or simply create any website of any kind, you can design, build, and run your dream website all by yourself with Squarespace. You simply select from their range of beautifully aesthetic templates, and then once you've chosen your template, you can then change it up as much or as little as you like. You can change everything from the overall layout of the website to all the fun things like the fonts and colors with just a few clicks. No knowledge or background needed in coding whatsoever. And now, thanks to their new AI integrated design technology called Design Intelligence, you are able to answer a few design prompts and Squarespace will build a customized website from the ground up that has everything you need to run your business successfully. I've personally been using Squarespace to run the Rosery Apparel website and online store since 2016, well before they were ever a sponsor of my channel. And I can't begin to explain just how reassuring it is to have a little corner of the internet that is completely my own. I don't have any ads or other brands competing for my customers' attention. My website is a space where people can get to know me and shop my products without distraction, and that alone just gives me so much peace of mind and is just another reason why I love Squarespace so much. So if you'd like to create a website of your own, then I totally recommend you go and check out Squarespace using the link in the description below this video and take advantage of their free trial so you can test out just how easy it is to use for yourself. And then when you're ready to launch your beautiful new website, head to squarespace.com/roseryapparel for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much Squarespace for sponsoring this video and for being such an incredible supporter of my channel.
Next, cut 4 pocket pieces from some of your remaining fabric and overlock or zigzag stitch the curved edges. With the right sides of the fabric facing, place the pockets approximately 17 centimeters or 6 3/4 inches from the underarm edge. Stitch all 4 pockets in place and then overlock or zigzag stitch the side edges. Then with the right sides together, stitch the front to the back along the shoulders like this. Then add bias binding to the back keyhole opening and the neck opening as shown in the pansy pattern instructions. Now we're up to the sleeves. Take the pansy sleeve template and lengthen the shorter sleeve option by 6 centimeters or 2.5 inches. Then cut 2 sleeve pieces from some of your remaining fabric. Next, using a water erasable pen or some tailor's chalk, mark out 3 lines directly onto the right side of your fabric using the following measurements. We're going to be adding some cute pin tucks to the sleeves, which will give them a nice little detail, but will also give the lighter weight fabric a bit more body and will therefore give the finished sleeves a bit more structure and puffiness. To do this, fold and press the sleeve along the first line with the wrong sides of the fabric together and stitch this folded edge in place approximately 1 centimeter or 1/2 inch away from the folded edge. Keep repeating this process for all 3 marked out lines. And your sleeve template piece should now look like this. Next, sew 2 rows of gathering stitches in between the sleeve notches like this. Then gather up the top of the sleeve until it's the same size as the armhole opening of the dress. With right sides together, pin and stitch the sleeves to the armhole openings. Then, with the sleeves attached, flip the dress so that the right sides of the fabric are facing one another. And then stitch the front of the dress to the back along the sides, being sure to stitch around the pocket pieces we attached earlier like this. Once sewn, the casings for the skirt bows should line up like this, and your pockets should be nicely hidden away in the side seam. Next, hem the sleeves by folding the raw edges in by approximately 1.5 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch twice, which should be wide enough for some 12mm wide elastic to fit inside, and then stitch the folded fabric in place, leaving a small opening like this to be able to thread the elastic into. Cut 2 lengths of elastic that sit comfortably around your upper arm, and then attach a safety pin to one of the ends of the elastic, which will help to thread the elastic into the casing we've just sewn into the sleeve. Once thread all the way, sew the 2 ends of the elastic together with a zigzag stitch. And then sew the opening closed. And you should now have 2 lovely pin-tucked puffed sleeves like this. Now to make the skirt bows. Start by measuring along the channels that the bows will be threaded into and figure out how long you would like your bows to be. Times this additional length by 2 and then add it to the channel length. For reference, here are the measurements I used for my ties, and these measurements created quite long, over-exaggerated finished bows. Cut 2 of each of these measured rectangles from the rest of your fabric. Take your bow rectangles and with the right sides together, fold and press them in half lengthways. Stitch together along the raw edge, being sure to leave a small opening to be able to turn the bows right side out, and also curve the stitching at the ends like this. Trim away the excess fabric and then use the small opening to turn the bows right side out. Use something like a dull knitting needle to gently push the point of the bow out. Then give these freshly turned out bows a good press with your iron and then sew the small opening closed. Once again, use a safety pin to thread the bow ties into the skirt channels, threading the shorter ties into the top channel and the longer ones into the bottom channel. Once sewn evenly into the channels, gather up the skirt of the dress slightly and tie the front and the back ties together into a bow. This part does take a bit of time and patience, but it is so worth it for the end result, and the bows just give the skirt the cutest detail. Now lastly, hem the entire bottom edge of the dress. So, how does this finished dress look?
enjoyed this video and that you're now inspired to have a go at pattern hacking my pansy pattern to make a dress just like this one for yourself. Like I said at the start of the video, I am just so over the moon with how this dress has turned out. So much so, I'm kind of thinking of maybe turning this design into its own standalone pattern. I am just so happy with it. I love the sleeves and I love how this pleated detail has given just the perfect amount of puffiness to the sleeve, especially because this fabric is quite a lightweight fabric. I wasn't sure if it was going to be puffy enough, but they are just so perfect. And I feel like the steps of this pattern hacking process is a little bit more in depth than some of my other pattern hacking projects. So if you did want to see me make this into a standalone pattern, I would love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, if you do have a go at making this pattern hack version for yourself, then I of course would love to see it. So be sure to tag me at Rosery Apparel when you share your makes on your socials. And if you enjoyed this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you could give it a like, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already for more sewing type videos and sewing tutorials just like this one. Thanks so much for watching this video until the very end, and I'll see you in the next one.